Happy Monday from the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. We even love Mondays in the Florida Keys, but why wouldn't we? We live in paradise while some people are stuck living in Detroit. We're in for another nice day weather-wise today, although it is supposed to be cloudy all day long if you want to believe the weather forecast. When I went out to take my morning walk this morning, I left the house about 5:45. I put in the Google weather app and it was already 86 degrees outside. They are predicting a cloudy day all day long, but they're also predicting a nice breeze off the ocean. And I definitely had a nice ocean breeze keeping me cool as I was taking my walk. I was talking to a friend from high school last night who's still up in Massachusetts, and she was telling me it's getting down into the mid-50s at night. That just means cold weather's around the corner, and the next thing you know, here comes the snow. If that's not reason enough to want to move to the Florida Keys, I don't know what is, but that's what we're here to do. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. In today's case, it's just one listing in the lower Keys on Big Pine Key. There were no listings in Key West today. If you watch this video every day, you will be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about every new listing from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors do. I find most buyers will wait for a home to come on to Trulia or Zillow or Realtor.com or one of those websites before they inquire about it. And a problem they face there is a lot of times those websites take a couple days to put a house live online. And it's been on the multiple listing service a couple days. All the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video every day and you see something you like, call me right away. I'll make an appointment for us to go see the home. Or if you're not here locally in the Keys, if you're still up in that cold north we just mentioned, I'll go do a FaceTime video walkthrough with you. I'll preview it on your behalf, or I'll do a video and I'll put it up on YouTube for you to see. And if you like what you see, we can write up a contract and have you under contract before most buyers ever even knew the home was for sale. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'll put that web address in the description below. I update the blog every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. There's a lot more details in the blog, a lot more information on the homes, any unique features the home might have. It'll have things like room descriptions and uses, room dimensions, photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home, photos of the yard. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, which the one today does not, there'll be photos of the pool view, photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com. And it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos. As I mentioned before, we only have one new house to talk about today that came on the market on Big Pine Key. Before I tell you about the house, the state of Florida's legal department had to stick their nose in and make me go over the legal boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming this listing today to be my own listing. In fact, for it's only one listing, I'll tell you straight out, no, it is not my listing. And I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. This one's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 988 square foot house on Big Pine on Avenue D. It's on a very large lot. Most of the lots over in the avenues are smaller because they were originally built to be mobile home lots. So most of the lots in the avenues will be anywhere from 2,500 square feet up to 5,000 square feet. This one's 10,000 square feet. The house is an older model house. It was built in 1958, so we want to consider that when you're thinking about insurance. I'll get into the insurance on that in just a minute. It's being offered at $575,000, which is an excellent price for a house anywhere in the Florida Keys. And if you read the blog, keywestinvesting.com, you'll see in the listing description that it looks like this house was pretty well renovated from top to bottom completely. Definitely a good price for a house in the Keys. The downsides, in my opinion, is first the one bathroom, but with a 10,000 square foot lot, it should be pretty easy to build on and add another bathroom there. The house is hooked up to the centralized sewer, so you don't have a septic system to worry about like you would have had years ago. It's also in a good part located right near the brand new park on Big Pine Key, which has great views of Bogey Channel and water views. They have tennis courts, basketball courts, a skateboard park, baseball field. Really nice newly renovated park, a newly built park, not renovated. They just built that recently within the last few years. This house being 1958, though, a 1958 built house, and also being a ground level, as I mentioned the insurance earlier. Your insurance is going to be very high in this. If you look on the blog, you'll see it says right in the description that the current owners do not carry insurance at all. If you don't have a mortgage, you're not required to carry insurance. The listing agent did, however, go the extra mile and got an insurance quote in case you do have to get a mortgage. They got quoted $12,000 for the wind insurance, the flood, and the homeowners, which is basically $1,000 a month to add on to your payments to own this house. If you're looking at the lower priced houses, $1,000 a month could be a major difference. And that's if you use it as your primary residence. If you use it as a second home, a vacation home, a weekend crash pad, your insurance will go up. If you use it as a rental home, your insurance will go up even more. On the insurance end, there's a relatively new company that's just been approved to write insurance in Florida. I switched both my homes to it, and I saved a lot of money. It's called KIN, K-I-N. It's only available online. You have to buy it online. They don't have any brick and mortar shops, which is probably part of the reason why they can keep their rates so much lower. Their bills are lower. When I put KIN on my house up in Central Florida, the insurance was cut in half for a higher value, replacement value, and a lesser deductible. Definitely worth taking a look at whether you buy this home, whether you buy another home, or whether you already own a home in Florida. Citizens has really been raising their prices, it seems, every time you turn around, but KIN is giving Citizens a good run for their money. They're much cheaper for the exact same coverage and usually with a lower deductible. And on a side note, as a disclaimer, no, I do not work for KIN. No, I'm not being paid anything by KIN. I just received this tip from a friend of mine who also uses them, and I wanted to pass it on. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Speaking of that's all we have for today. That was the only new listing. If you want to take a look at this home or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. And don't forget the blog, keywestinvesting.com. There's a lot more details and information there, and there's also photos. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. And more importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.